bound off the So Summer top by Jessie Maed Designs, and I love it. Hi, welcome to Gabie's Knit Goodies. Today is all about the So Summer shirt by Jessie Maed Designs, and this is a full overview of my knitting process with it, and just pros and cons, I guess. And yeah, and I think I will do some outfit combos as well. Alright, I am Gabie. You can find me at Gabie's Knit Goodies. My hand-dyed yarn is on Etsy, and then I have an Instagram account as well as yarn at GKG Yarn on Instagram. It has its own little yarn pictures out there. Yes. Let's talk about the So Summer shirt. I put this on my needles because I needed something mindless. And it was like an all-over stockinette t-shirt, and it was towards the beginning of the summer. It's actually in the spring, and so I thought it would be a perfect mindless knit. I did not pay super close attention to the pattern and didn't realize that it wasn't just a box. It looks like a boxy t-shirt, and so I assumed it was just a box, but it actually like starts off, you know, at it's knit in the round bottom up, but it actually has increases as you go towards the armhole split that I didn't realize were there until very close to the armhole split. So I didn't start my increases until later than I was supposed to, and I never quite got as many stitches as I was supposed to. But I'll talk all about the numbers more at the end. However, it doesn't fit how I was planning it to fit. I have not blocked it, and I have not woven in my ends, so it will probably grow a little bit in blocking. However, it's cotton, so I don't know how much it will truly grow. It does have positive ease, but very little positive ease, and I was originally planning on a boxier fit. Yes, I will go into why I believe that it is smaller than my original vision in a minute, but I do want to say what I love about it right now, because I have it on and I think it's adorable, and it is super comfy. Like, it's not tight anywhere, and the cotton yarn is just so soft. So I think it's adorable. I love the color, and I love the feel of it. So we'll see what blocking does about the fit. If it doesn't grow, then I will still wear it because I think it's super cute. I don't show my belly. I'm a mom of 3 children, so I try to avoid that. But yeah, maybe with just a smidgen of growth during blocking, it will fit me well enough to not show my midriff. So, anyways, here it is, current version prior to the blocking, and we'll see its measurements and how it fits later. And I will talk to you all about what's going on here. First, I knit this for me, and if I haven't started putting it up here, I will put up some video and pictures of me in the shirt. And I knit a size small, the second size. Most patterns I am a size small. I did expect, again, because I didn't thoroughly read the pattern, I did expect this to be like wider and looser, but now reading back in the pattern, the size small is not, I have like 5 or 6 inches maybe of positive ease at most, and I'm supposed to have 6 to 10. I probably should have gone closer to the 10 inches of ease, and that would have I think given the large look that I saw on some of the other people's garments. However, spoiler, I absolutely love how it looks and fits. And it feels wonderful. Let's see, my chest is around a 34 and I am kind of short-waisted, so it is quite cropped, but it works with high-waisted pants for me. Yeah, I think if I were to knit this in the future, I might knit a little longer. However, it would be a different look. If I did it again, I'd probably do like wider and longer, so you could do like maybe a front tuck or something like that, and wear it with slightly like more medium rise pants as opposed to high-waisted pants. But that's besides the point. I am tempted to cast on another one. Alrighty, so like I said, construction. It is a bottom up, knit in the round, split for the armholes. You knit the front sections, knit the back sections, and you do, I think it's a 3-needle bind off, but where the seam is underneath. I believe that's what it is here. I will double check. But I believe the seam, it's a 3-needle bind off with the seam underneath the garment and not visible. You have 2 options for the hem, and like here on the arm and the neck, you can do a ribbing or you can do a folded hem. I chose the folded hem because I really like the look of that, and I'm very happy that I did that. I think it looks good. One thing I did differently from the pattern, she has you cast on for the hem, knit, do 1 row of purl, and then you knit, and then you stitch together your cast on, like fold it up before you proceed with the rest of the garment. The thing I did different was I knit with a size 3 needle when I did that hem, the first layer of the hem, like the first little section of the hem that gets folded under, and the main body needles are a size 5, US 5. So the reason I did a smaller needle size for the inside of the hem is because if you look at a lot of the pictures of people wearing this garment, the hem kind of like flares out, like it doesn't just go straight or in, it actually like kind of flares out. And I didn't really want it to flare out. I wanted it to look a little cleaner. And I think I did accomplish that. I was worried that it would cinch it in too much, but after taking my measurements, after taking the post-blocking measurements, it did not. Pre-blocking, my measurement of that hem line around my waist, it was supposed to be 34 inches and mine was only 29. So I was kind of worried that that smaller needle size to keep the hem from flaring out shrunk it down too much. But after I blocked it, I actually have 34.5 inches at that at my waistline there, and that hem circumference. So it did not negatively impact the garment at all. All right, moving up from the hem, you are supposed to do increases along the way, so read your pattern, don't forget that. Like I said, it was like halfway up before I realized I was supposed to do that, and so I did start some. I'm not sure what my stitch count was before I split for the armhole, but I did do an extra inch of stockinette before splitting for the arms. Because of those, I was trying to get more increases in without doing them all at once and making it look funny. So I measure 9 inches from the bottom of my hem to the armhole split, and for the size small, it's supposed to be 8 inches. I am very happy I went with 9 instead of 8 because I think 8 would have been too short for me. When I raise my arms, you can see skin, but but normally like it's over the belt loop part of my jeans when it's just hanging normally. So it's long enough, but if I had made it shorter, I probably wouldn't have felt comfortable in it. So then you split for the armholes and you knit up and you do this shaping while putting things on hold, and then you do the back. Same thing, and there is neck shaping as well as shoulder shaping, which it's done really well, I think. It like lays very nicely. My battery's about dead, so I will be right back. Alright, plugged in my camera, so that's good. Let's see. So yes, it lays very nicely, so I think she's done a very good job of designing the shoulder shaping, at least for my body type anyways. I also like how she did the underarm with some increases. Yes, overall it fits very, very nicely. There isn't much to the sleeve. After you have done your seaming here at the top on your shoulder, you pick up stitches and do another folded hem or ribbing if you've done that, and then you do the same thing for the neck. You pick up stitches and fold it over and stitch it. Yeah. So that worked out well. For my folded hems, I did not bind off and then stitch it. I just, I kept the stitches like live on my needle and then took a tapestry needle and almost like a Kitchener stitch, I would catch the stitches off of the needle and then connect them to the garment like folded. And I think that worked pretty well because I don't have, well, especially on the bottom hem here, I don't have the stiffness I feel like I might have had if I had done a bind off and then attached it. So I think that worked pretty well. And maybe it saved time. I don't know. Might have been quicker to bind it off and then do it. Just, you know, stitch it up. Not really sure. And then there's a number of ways to do that. I think I actually accidentally picked up a few too many stitches around the neck. And I was worried that it would not lay flat, but it does. So that worked out fine. I didn't want to rip back. I don't like picking up stitches. Okay, I used yarn. So like I said, I used the suggested needle sizes of US 5 and US 3. It does create a fairly loose gauge for a fingering weight yarn. My gauge did match hers of 22 stitches per 4 inches after blocking. It was a little bit tighter than that before blocking. And I used Italian Cupro cotton, Speckled Denim. That's what I've called this. This is one of my hand-dyed yarns. And I used 122 grams of yarn, which is less than a skein and a half. So a skein is 100 grams, and I think it's like 460 something yards per 100 gram skein. And it's very, very soft. This has 85 grams left. So this was my second skein, and it has 85 grams left. I do love the look of it, colorway wise. I think it's cute. I think that it's speckled but all over kind of blue, which is nice. So it was interesting, and then kind of, I don't know, a little more interesting to wear because it's speckled. Let's see. So I did want to talk to you a little bit about pre-blocking versus post-blocking. This is a cotton yarn. And to be honest, I'm not super experienced in knitting with cotton, especially a fingering weight cotton. And this is a relatively thin fingering weight cotton. If you can see it, but it's pretty thin. So I wasn't sure if it would block any larger than it was off the needles. When I measured it before blocking, my chest circumference was 32 inches, so I had negative ease on my chest when I tried it on, which it wasn't uncomfortable, but I was looking for something with positive ease. Post-blocking, I'm only at 37 inches, but that's because I did not get as many increases as I should have at the chest portion. So I have positive ease, but not a lot. I was supposed to go up to 40 inches. Again, the hem circumference pre-blocking was only 29 inches, and it was supposed to be 34. Post-blocking is 34.5 inches. So I did meet the correct measurement post-blocking. So it definitely does block a little bit bigger, at least width-wise. I didn't really have any change length-wise, but width-wise, it definitely blocked a little bit bigger than pre-blocking, even though it's cotton and cotton doesn't really stretch. I think it's that the stitches themselves kind of flatten out and loosen out a little bit, whereas pre-blocking, they're still, I don't know, maybe a little puffier, if that makes any sense. They haven't, like, ironed out. So my underarm hem, so from the arm split down to the bottom of the hem, I have 9 inches. Should have had 8, but like I said earlier, I had knit more rounds in order to get some of those increases in before the armhole split. The arm circumference pre-blocking was like 11.5 inches. Post-blocking was 12, and 12 is what I was supposed to have. And then my overall length was supposed to be 16 inches, like from top of the shoulder down to the bottom of the hem, and I got 17 inches, which makes sense because I knit that extra inch. So my gauge was on target, and blocking does make a bit of a difference even with cotton, so good to know. In terms of numbers, I don't think there's anything else to talk about, but my overall feel of the garment is that it is so very comfortable. Part of that is the fit, and like the shaping fits very nicely. Yeah, so the design I think works really well. Do note that if you want that oversized look, then make sure you knit a size big enough for that. Pay close attention to what the final garment measurements are. I feel like hers might run a bit smaller than some of the other patterns I've done, which is not a problem. You just have to, that's why the numbers are there, so you can pay attention to them. So if you want the oversized look, then go up rather than err on the smaller side. Love the folded hem look. I think it would be adorable in like solid black or navy, and I'm really tempted to cast something like that on because I think it would be super useful in my wardrobe, like something that was worn a lot. Be aware it does make a very loose gauge, I don't know how much you can see, but like I have a tan color, like a skin tone bralette on, and if I didn't, you would definitely be able to see my undergarment through through the fabric. But with, I don't know if it's partly because this is like variegated and speckled, but with my skin tone, my tan bralette on, you don't, like, it doesn't look see-through at all. And if it was a solid color, I don't know if it would. I feel like it might. So bear that in mind. Yeah. The yarn is so soft and the pattern fits well. I would totally recommend this if you're looking for like a simple, like, staple piece in your wardrobe. Something that's flowy and loose and airy and comfy. I'm tempted to make the shorts. She has so summer shorts as well, I think, and make it like a pajama set. I think that would be cute. But I think I definitely will be wearing it. I like the idea of a very summer wearable hand knit garment, because I don't always wear very many of my hand knits in the summer. I have a few, and I have done, I think maybe last summer, a kind of a roundup of my summer knits that I did up until that point. I need to do another one of those. So I might cast this on again. I always like a mindless knit. I just need to pay slightly more attention. And yeah, and I really like it. I'm curious what it would be like in wool. It's a nice little wool t-shirt. I don't know. We shall see. But 2 thumbs up for the pattern and for my yarn. And the process was way quicker than I expected. I expected it to be slogging through it, maybe partly because it's cropped, or maybe partly just because it has a fairly large gauge for the yarn. But it wasn't a difficult knit, and it didn't take forever by any means. So I recommend it. And let me know if you knit this, or if you want to knit it, and what your plans are in terms of yarn and stuff, because I love to see patterns in a variety of yarns. I think that's always interesting to see how different yarns, different fibers and stuff play out in the same garment, because it definitely makes a difference, and it's always interesting. Maybe that's the yarn dyeing nerd in me. I don't know. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy knitting or crochet or whatever making you're doing. Bye.